Hello, good morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever time it is that you're watching, wherever you are in the world. I hope you guys are doing good. I just missed you. I have no idea what I'm working on. I mean, y'all kind of get to decide, I think, whoever shows up and um, kind of cast a vote, then you get to decide. So that's how we're going to do this. So let's see. I'm getting my computer set up here so I can follow along with the chat. Melissa, good morning. Hi, Sala. Hi, Susie. Hi, Natasha. Hi, Ave. Hi, Leanne. How are y'all doing? It's so good to see you. Oh my gosh, I missed y'all so much. I've been putting out a lot of voiceover content, but I was ready to hang out in a live. Hi, Sarah Johnson. Good morning. So I bought these little angel pins at we here in Austin. We have a creative use um, store, which is people donate things that are arts and crafts to the store. Oh, let me take my bracelets off. That's gonna drive y'all crazy. Um, anyways, so yeah, they donate things and then they sell them like for such reasonable prices, you guys. It's amazing. So I got this bag of angels. I mean, where else can you get a bag of angels? Hey, Denise, welcome. And, I'm working on those two Christmas journals. So I was thinking I would make an angel for each one with these pins. So I think the first thing I'm going to do while we pick my real project is I'm just going to fancy up a couple of these. So I was looking to see what colors I have. I like this color. Some of them need some love. They're missing they're missing some things. Only one has wings. That's fine. I actually liked that they didn't have a bunch of wings because I want to be able to add my own. But yeah, they're super cute. Aren't these cute? Oh, Natasha, you should go. It's worth the drive. From where you live, it's worth the drive. Hey, you'll be up. Let's see. Check their hours, Natasha, because you could go there before you come to my class. You could probably stop by there, although you should give yourself plenty of time. Before my class or after my class? Just don't miss the class. Okay, so this is what my journals look like. And immediately I was really liking this green one because, yeah, I thought it would go well with the spine. So we're going to definitely choose that one. Do we have a maroon? We have a red. I think I still want this other one. I mean, I could always repaint these. It's just I'm not getting my paint out right now. So that's that. I have not finished the insides of these, although I have worked on them. I think my dog is scratching against the door and it's making a horrendous sound. Yeah, aren't these so adorable? I don't know. I couldn't pass them up. That's like a one-time find, You find them and you got to make that call, like they're going home with me, which is what I did, obviously. I'm thinking of just wrapping them with a little bit of fabric. Boy, they really need wings, and I don't know what I'm going to do for wings. Oh, this is what happens on a Saturday morning when I'm like, I miss my people, I want to go live, but I don't know what I want to work on. Okay, so she almost has like a Joseph or Mary cloak going on here, but we can work with that, I think. I even thought about putting trim. I wonder if her wings could be made of trim, something like that. So let me catch up to y'all and see who I might have missed. I haven't gotten it yet, Natasha. That's weird. I understand. I have been working 65-hour weeks, which brings me to the fact that I'm very far behind on y'all's comments because, I mean, this week I've already put in 5 days, already put in 60 hours. So I was basically waking up. I would wake up really early so I could craft and work on my journals that I've been working on. Then about 6, I would go and get my daughter to school, like lunch, breakfast, all that made, and get my daughter to school, and then work until I just couldn't work anymore and pass out and wake up and do it all over again. So, it's a bit of a rough patch this week, but I think next week will be better. So, yay for that. Yeah, and what I'm thinking is we're going to have to probably do some kind of paper wings. I might have to come back to these. I don't know if I should be fiddling with this with you guys here because it's hard for me to think about this. I probably should do a little something easier. Yes, the junk journal class is in real life. I'm sorry, you guys. And you know what? I was going to try to do a virtual version of it, and then this week, as crazy as it was, I told myself I didn't have to do it and it felt really good. So I don't know where I've landed on that, to be honest. But you know, like right now I've kind of had virtually a free class on these junk journals that I've been working on. This one I did get a little bit of ephemera and the pockets that I shared in my ephemera making video yesterday. I did get some of that added to this journal. I do need to just keep adding more and more. When I was saying this was going to be a pocket, see, that's a pocket. But yeah, I added a few things here and there. Okay, but I haven't finished it. So I don't know if there will be a virtual. I really don't know. I love the theme. So the theme of my class is like childlike play, like, you know, just to enjoy your crafting like a child, have fun with it, don't stress out, and it's kind of like have a playful year. So we're holding the class December 2nd, and I have everyone making a journal, and my idea is that they can take this journal into the new year with them and be able to play like a child and give themselves permission to play while they craft and have fun while they craft and not overthink it and not stop themselves from doing something if they don't have the same products or whatever. Okay, so I did grab these 2 books because I've come up with a new concept. I mean, it's not a new concept. Who am I kidding? I'm sure it's been done 1,000 times, but I'm going to call them harvest journals. And what I'm going to do is, this is an idea for crafty friends. So basically, it's a way to get through some of your stash, get through some of your scraps, and make something for someone else. So basically, I'm going to fill these journals with pages that they can rip out and use in their crafting is the idea. So that's why it's called a harvest journal. So my hoard is ready to harvest and share materials with others. So I'm just gutting a couple of books, obviously. These are my favorite kind of books to gut, by the way. Let me show you. Whenever they're not, see, they have this separate fabric area. This one might be glued in. I'm not really sure. I don't pay attention to all that, but I do like it when it's not connected back here. I think this one might be connected. It'll be fine. I'll work with anything. Who am I kidding? It doesn't matter. I haven't decided. I'm not going to sew these like a traditional junk journal. I think I'm going to do ring bound. And that way they can just open the rings and pull the pages out. But I kind of like the idea of sewing them in and they have to just tear into it, you know, because I think that's really like freeing. Oh, good. Yeah, no, it's not sewn in there or glued in there. I know. Not everyone can make it. So let me tell you how this class came to be. My friend Debbie from 39 Mini Albums came to town last winter and hung out with me for a while. So if you don't know her, I'm sorry, you should go check her out. But because she's amazing. But she travels with her delightful hubby Larry in an RV all year long, and she has a craft room in her RV. It's incredible. And so anyways, they decided to come to park here in South Texas and hang out. And we did. And we had the best time. So then she was like, I'm going to tell y'all, I almost cried. She was like, the last time we saw each other, we went for a hike with my family and her and Larry. We all went to Enchanted Rock, which is a state park, I think. I don't know. Here in Texas. And we hiked up the big rock and around the rock. And they were like, okay, we'll see you in a couple of years. And I was like, oh, I don't want to see you in a couple of years. I want to see you sooner, you know? And luckily she reached out to me a few months ago and she's like, you know what? I think we're coming back to Texas. So I got immediately excited. And then I was like, let's do a class together. And she's like, okay. And then of course, y'all know Letty, my PIC, my partner in crafting, well, we had to get her involved too. So she's also teaching a class. And so the three of us are teaching this live class. Debbie's teaching mini albums. I'm teaching junk journals. And Letty's teaching like a card making class kind of thing. So that's what we're up to. I got these books, Linda. Sometimes they come to me free. Sometimes they come to me from like the thrift store for like 25 cents or something. I usually try to gut the free ones because I figure those were headed for the trash can. I have one though. I have an example because I thought this might come up. So thank you for asking. My mom, she fully supports my junk journaling, although my room she cannot stand. That's another subject. I can't stand it either sometimes. So anyways, she volunteers and helps out at like nonprofit, like thrift stores for food banks and the church and stuff like that. And sometimes they have free boxes. And she one day got me a free box of books, and there were like 15 of these in there. And this is the only one so far that I'm willing to cut up because the other ones are like the 30s. And I don't know. I have a hard time with it. It is true. So now this one's from 1935. And this was the 5th printing. That's impressive. So anyways, let me go ahead and just cut into it. This is the only one. It really depends. So I've always been a book collector. And so it is really hard for me. Here's another one. Let me show you. I also got this one for free. And my goodness, someone tried to rescue this book. Did they not? I mean, somebody wanted this book to survive. I don't know if y'all can see all the Scotch tape that is holding this baby together. But it was from a library. A library in California. I'm in Texas. This thing is taped together in every possible way, so it was free. But I can't cut it up because it is about the history of stitching. Basically, from the earliest times, this is saying from the time before Christ, the Peruvian art. I mean, from the earliest known periods of embroidery. So no, I'm so glad someone else said, if I have to tape this to the ends of the earth, I'm keeping this book together. Well, thank you, person. Because, and yeah, I'm not tearing this up. So sometimes I get these gems and it's like, I won't cannibalize just any book. And in fact, it is hard for me because I'm a book lover to cannibalize a book. But sometimes, I mean, I know we could just flip through this whole thing and probably talk about it all day. I don't know if any of y'all like stitching, but I think this is awesome. Anyway, so like this is an example of a book that is in rough condition that I did get, someone gave it to me for free, but there is no way, even though it doesn't have color pictures or anything, that I'm tearing that up. So I am selective. So why am I tearing up this one? Well, because it's all just, sometimes I don't mind because it's like completely outdated information or stuff that I don't want to read about and you don't want to read about. And I never mind tearing up books with like salacious material because I'm like, yeah, I don't mind. Or like really inappropriate language and stuff. I never mind tearing those up, but to each their own. No judgment. These covers right here though, these are awesome. Like I love with all the writing and I love the aged color of the plain pages. So these are little gems that, and like this one, look how beautiful that writing is. Don't believe it, says the doctor. I don't know. It's a medical book. It's obviously outdated. If the fifth printing was in 1935, so I just don't mind. Anyways, so I probably will use health and hygiene, major elements, cancer. I don't know. I just don't have a problem cutting that one up. And now I have this really old, fabulous cover. Okay, so let's get into the harvest book, shall we? But let me catch up with y'all. Ave, I wanted to have it virtually, but man, I don't know. You know, if I do, okay, let's say this. Because I love y'all, which I truly do, I don't want to give up on the idea completely. Right now, it might be too much for me to do, but I don't want to give up the idea completely. So maybe it's one of those things where I host it in person and then at a later date, I come back and do a virtual for it. But last night when I told myself, hey, look, self, you're off the hook. No one's making you do a virtual class before December 2nd. Self felt really good about that. Yeah. So that's why I'm kind of like, all right, maybe it doesn't have to be like that it's not going to happen, but it can be postponed. Where do yeah, so Linda, I just get them. You know what, Linda? I don't know if you, how active your library is near you, but all the libraries around me like throw out books. And here's another thing. I was talking to the lady who runs this thrift store. She's a friend of my mom's, and because my mom volunteered there for years. And she was telling me that she just throws out anything that's not in great condition. And I was like, well, I come in looking for things that aren't in great condition. And she was like, well, my theory is that even if you can't afford new things or fancy things, that you still deserve nice things. And so I don't want to have stuff that's not nice in my thrift store. And I was like, that makes perfect sense. But I was like, would you be open, like if you ever get old ledger books or like old books with really interesting covers, but maybe they're kind of falling apart, putting them aside for me and I will make a donation and come get them. And she's like, yeah. So I say all this because like libraries are often, you know, discarding books for whatever reason. And so you might be able to source some from a library, from schools that don't want them anymore, from your thrift stores, whatever. So, in my opinion, Goodwill is not a thrift store anymore. I know it used to be a thrift store, but around here, Goodwill charges you just as much as things that are brand new. I mean, their books start at $3.99. So I wouldn't necessarily recommend. I don't go to Goodwill and I don't donate to Goodwill. I made a pledge a long time ago when they started, like, because they are a for-profit and they charge so much for inventory that is given to them. Oh, don't get me going on my soapbox. I was like, I'm not giving to them and I'm not buying from them. I instead give to the Salvation Army and I give to local thrift stores because I have them near me. That support the food bank or support a church, whatever. So, local ministry stores. Yeah, me too, Denise. Me too. Yeah, that's a good idea. Salad, you may just ask friends or family. See, that's what happens. Once they find out that you're a junk journaler and you say, hey, will you save like old papers or books or something you don't want anymore and let me have it, or let me see it, or whatever you say to them, believe me, it just starts pouring in. More than you want, probably. All right, let me get to crafting, but I really did come to hang out, so that's really what I'm here for. 1 2 3 4 5, almost 6, not quite. Okay, I have 2 different friends that I'm making these for, and one of them, I'm wanting to put a lot of 6x6 paper in it. Perfect. This one's 6. So this can be for her. The other one wants to start junk journaling, and she's dabbled in it, but she's like, I don't have like a lot of the tea-dyed papers or these papers or those papers. So I'm going to do one that's junk journaling and one that's more like, let's destash my 6x6 paper. Okay, so for the junk journaling one, I think I'll stitch. And for the 6x6 paper and like more of a card maker paper, I think I'm going to cut off this spine here and do rings. And that way she can open the rings and get the paper out. Okay, I know many of you might not know this. Oh my gosh. But I was cleaning my craft room one day and I was like, oh, I need to change my blade, which I really do right now, which is why this is coming up, because I haven't changed it, like snapped it off since then. So I was on the phone with my mom, cleaning my craft room and changing a razor blade at the same time. So that's the first thing I would not recommend. I recommend that if you're messing with a razor blade that you're kind of focused. I snapped this off and parts just went flying, and because my room was not clean, I haven't found those shards of razor blade yet. And the consequences, well, I don't even know all the consequences yet, but one of the consequences is now I'm terrified to snap this part off, even though I really need to, because she's so dirty and it's always an adventure with me, you guys. My husband was not tearing apart, but he was like lifting couch cushions and looking all over for the remote to the TV yesterday evening after dinner. He's like, have you seen it? I was like, no. I mean, I seriously touch the TV remote maybe at most once a week. So it's just not my thing. So I was like, no. I mean, talk to Sparkleheart. So Sparkleheart starts looking. Everyone's looking for it. It was right by my computer. And it wasn't my fault. She had come over to say something to me and left it there. But it was just funny. So funny. Never a dull moment. Okay. So here's what I have to decide now. The binding. I know that I'm going to do rings, so I think I'll put 3 holes in there. I need my crocodile for this because this is a heavy board. Let's see. I think it was pink. Okay, I'm going to get my big one. Y'all just hang out there for a second. If it sounds like things are crashing and falling, they might be, but I'm fine. This is like hooked in here. All right. I'm back. And fine. Okay, I have this Mamba Jamba right here. Okay, it has this, I haven't used this, it's so dusty. Don't mind the dust. But this thing is awesome. Okay, so it has this little thing right here so I can set my hole. Like this is 1 inch, so this would be 1 inch into, that's even a little far for me. Let's do, I'm guessing this is half. This will be good because I can crop many pieces of paper at the same time. Okay, I'm going to be all precise about this for a second. Don't mind me. Okay, so this is 9 inch. Let's get out Tim Holtz ruler, my centering ruler. I think we'll do trying to decide if I want to go 2 inches up. Let's do 1.5 inches. Let's do that. Okay, hopefully this isn't too boring. Hopefully this is interesting to y'all. It's just something I was thinking about in the middle of the night. And I was like, harvest books, yeah. So that would be 1, and that would be 1.5. Okay, and then I want to center between those 2 holes. Okay, so right here. Okay, so I just measured up 1.5 inches from each of these, and then I measured to find the center between the 2 dots, which was there. Okay, all right, so let's do this one the same way. They should line up. Okay. All right, cool. And then this is already going to tell me how deep to go. And y'all can't see it, but I'll turn it so you can. Here we go. Let me just clamp it. See, from an angle, you can see exactly where you're going to puncture. So that really helps too. Y'all, my arm is so messed up. I've been having such problems with it this week. Like when I was looking for books outside, so I keep them in my in my husband's man cave. He gave me a shelf. I have stuff everywhere, and I keep them out there. Anyways, I was going to get books, and my arm's been hurting so bad, and then it just like, I don't know, my wrist started hurting. I think it's a nerve problem. I was going to a physical therapist, but to be honest, she just took too much of my time. I know that sounds bad, but it was the middle of the day. Hey Jay, and her appointments were like an hour and a half, and I just don't have an hour and a half in the middle of my day for some exercises. That's sad, but it's true. Jay, I'm making harvest journals, which is just something I made up, but I know they've been done before. They're just probably not called harvest journals, but that's what I'm going to call them. And basically, it's journals for crafty friends, so I can give them lots of papers from my stash, and they can use them in their crafting. And right now, this one's going to be ring bound, so I'm just punching my holes. Uh-oh, we don't want that. Back to your place. There we go. There should be a locking mechanism for that. Okay, and maybe there is, I don't know. Okay. All right, there is 2 different holes for this, by the way. I did 3/18ths or 16ths, 3/16ths, but there's also 1/8. Yeah, so it engages either the small hole or the big one. We went with the big one. Okay. So we're just going to work on this one right now, okay? And then I will do the other one later. I'll probably do an edited video and share it with people who don't watch lives. So, okay. Yeah, isn't harvest a fun theme? And I mean, it's kind of perfect time of year. Okay, well, let me grab some papers. I think this is also a great way to de-stash some scraps. So that is also, I'm looking under my desk. I've got too much in the way of scraps right now. So I will definitely put some scraps in there. So Jay, what I was telling everybody, I'm just catching you up and anyone else who's joining, is that I'm making 2 of these. One of the friends wants to start junk journaling and doesn't have some of like the typical junk journaling stuff. Not that you need it. You can do junk journaling with anything. I mean, that's the point. It's junk journaling. But anyways, and the other one is not interested in junk journaling at all. She's a card maker. So I'm going to give her a lot of pattern paper scraps and 6x6 paper because I've got too much. Too much in all of those things. So it's a way to share some love, bust some scraps. You know, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. Y'all wouldn't believe all the things I'm finding underneath this desk of mine. Oh, I think she'd like that paper. So the first one I'm working on is the one with patterned paper, y'all. I think these would be so fun to sell at a craft fair. My craft fair series is not going away. I know I haven't been making a lot of content for it, but believe me, that has been such a success this year, even though I haven't really sold anything. I haven't really tried either. So, because I haven't been to a craft fair. But it's been such a success and it's something I totally love. So you can look for that in 2024 as well. I'm over here digging through my paper. Y'all just, I'm coming back. Oh, this is one of my favorite paper pads. Let's see. my gosh, this is so much fun. Just thinking like, okay, I got 2 big handfuls of 6x6. This is so fun. This is going to be fun, you guys. This is going to be so much fun. Little 4th of July. Let's give her some cut aparts. She loves cut aparts. Let's see. Let me catch up to y'all. Oh, Craft Roulette. Oh, Kathy was so awesome last night. I love Mary so much. I love Craft Roulette. You know, I'm a part of Patreon. I'm one of her patrons, but I don't engage that often just because, to be honest, I just get a little overwhelmed and all the things, but it is really cool. And if you're on the fence about it, I think you would have a good time. Also, her Facebook group is fabulous. I love the Craft Roulette Facebook group. This is gonna make her so happy. Oh my gosh, look at the hearts. Just want to give her a variety of each one. You guys, I have so much to bust. 2024 is going to be my year of busting my stash, you guys. I have so many plans. I can't wait to reveal them all to you. This is one of my favorite paper pads. Wait, no, this isn't the one, but I do like this one. So much that I bought it twice because I used up the first one. But yeah, I used to sell on Etsy, and I just honestly got fed up with their fees. They take so much that I stopped. I closed my shop down, and I'm going to sell somewhere else. So, I need to get that going, really, I do. Ooh, I like this one because it's single-sided. I mean, I think the double-sided is fun too, but... Debbie, how's it going? Oh, you're so funny. This one's cute with the houses on it. I want to give her a variety. Debbie, when are you coming to town? I'm going to see you, right? For Thanksgiving? I can't wait. I cannot wait, Captain. It's going to be so much fun. Ooh, let's give her some gnomes. Okay. Aren't these cute? Natasha, are you here? Natasha, look. Speaking of Jaded Blossom, there you go, girl. Yeah, I've got to stop ordering stuff. I'm going to tell you something. What I've noticed from 2 years of trying to do, and I say trying, but I have really gotten better. But from 2 years of trying no buy or no, I've never tried a no buy because that's just a recipe for failure for me. But low buy is that you can go on a whole streak of not buying anything crafty. Okay, I should say I can go on a whole streak of not buying anything crafty. Ooh, this is so pretty. And then I make one purchase, and it's like the want monster wakes up inside of me, takes over the add to cart button, takes over my brain, and suddenly I'm buying all the things again. Oh, I hate it. Those are the same paper pad. How ridiculous. Oh gosh. That's okay. I need to make a bunch of cards for donation. So, oh, and at least I had used it, right? So that's okay. Ooh, we'll give her some stars and some wavy. Okay. This will be great for donation cards. So I want to start my own Patreon, but see, that's just like another thing. Like I need a shop where I can sell my stuff. I want to start Patreon. So many things. Okay, so here's a bunch of paper. I'm going to harvest from these other paper pads. I know she loves this collection. I mean, it's great. More rainbows. Oh, look at this Amy Tangerine. I love it. And honeybee. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh, I love every page of this. Isn't it amazing? Oh, those little bunnies. I got to make a bunny journal, you guys. For a friend. This is fun. Ooh, that's a fun page. You know what's good about this too is that I'm going through my paper pads and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's a fun page. Let me give her that one instead of saying, oh my gosh, that's a fun page. Let me hoard it for 10 more years. So it's a good exercise. Okay. I want to make sure I give her cut aparts because I know she likes them and they will just help like tie all these pages together. OMG, I have such a fun craft I want to do. I saw it on Pinterest. I loaded Pinterest on my phone again the other day, you guys. It's been years since I've had Pinterest. And you get stuck like Chuck on that thing. It's so amazing, all the creativity that is out here in our world and the people who are just willing to share it. It's such a beautiful thing. That's funky. I'll give her some funky glasses and cherries. Oh, this is very retro. And this is a theme I don't think she'll have in her stash. So that's good. I want to give her things that she's probably not inclined to purchase so that she can play with them and hopefully have fun with them. I'm going to give her lots of this retro. Ooh, that's pretty. Oh, that's fun. Hopefully she feels the same way. I don't know where this is from. Oh, wait, there are branding strips. This is, I saved them because they had some great quotes on them. I never say never and I never say always. Grace Kelly, way to go, girl. Authentique paper from 2016. Yeah, no wonder I had to save those quotes. I think they all say the same thing. Yeah, which is fine. Oh gosh, and speaking of the want monster, y'all, it's alive and kicking at me right now. I've got to tame it. I need like a lion tamer who comes over and manages my finances for me. But anyways, there is a new to me stamp company in the UK. Now they are not new, they're just new to me. What's it called? Red lead stamps. They do like art dolls and stuff. Oh man, it's so cool. Oh, she'll love these whales. Give her some of those. Give her one of these. That's probably good. Oh, the jellyfish. Oh, this is so cute. This is Whimsy stamps. All right. It's not new. I really try not to buy 6x6 paper anymore because I don't need it. And, oh, what am I doing? Sorry, Debbie. I am making harvest journals. So basically, I'm harvesting my huge stash, which is overflowing with goodness. And I'm making paper journals for friends so that they can take all of this and use it and make stuff with it in their stash. So I'm calling it a harvest journal. This is for a friend who's a card maker. And then I'm going to do one for a friend who wants to start junk journaling. I think we have enough paper. Let's see. Let's give her these. I've always been a sucker for geometrics, like geometric shapes and papers. Okay, I think we're good, but you know, time will tell once I start putting all this together. Especially like I want to go through my scraps some more, but that's enough 6x6. To be honest, she's not someone who needs the stack of papers. I just gonna give it to her anyways. Okay, all right. I'm also gonna put this in there. I know she likes Harry Potter. I'll put that in there. These are the scraps. Let me find that journal cover again. All of this. So much fun. We both love Maggie Holmes, which is what that is. Ugh, one of my favorite papers ever right there. This is That's like a junk journal page. I'll put that in my other friend's journal. Okay, so these will have to be cut down, obviously, to fit within the cover. So I'm going to move my scraps over. I'm going to play a little bit with these. Okay, and let's take a look at this. They're going to just fit within the cover, which is really fine. This is meant to be torn apart and used, so I'm not really too worried about it. I think I will try to keep the collections together so that she, I don't want to mix all the pages up and then it's like a headache for her to even think about using this journal. And I do think I'll just alternate them like this, and that way each page gets 2 holes in it. See, like the top pages will have these 2 holes and the bottom pages will have these 2 holes. There's the gnomes again, Natasha. These. I think this would be so much fun at a craft fair, y'all. I think people would love this at a craft fair. These are from this. Okay, I have to go back over here because I think these are from the same collection. Hey, Rhonda Higgins, how are you? Were you up at midnight? Were you, Linda Vale? Were you up at, were y'all up at midnight and now you're up again? I caught the very last like 10 minutes of mindless crafting at midnight. I'm going to put the glasses with this kind of school theme here. Yeah, I caught like the last 10 minutes because my son woke me up and then I couldn't go back to sleep for hours last night. Bless his heart. I mean, it's terrible not being able to sleep. I hate it for him and for me. Yes, they will, Natasha. I mean, for sure. I kind of want to put this in the front of the book. I just really love these pages. These are the Amy Tangerine pages. So I'm going to save those off to the side. I think I'll put these Mente papers next, which are kind of like 4th of July theme. See, it's fun to have the cut aparts with them because then she can take those 3 pages and make something fabulous. This is such, I can understand like if you're just getting started collecting, you're not going to want to make one of these probably, but like for someone like me who has been overindulging in craft supplies for far too long, this is a great project. And I know that it's going to be enjoyed and loved, and like she's just going to have so much fun with it. And see, I think these, I'm just telling you, they would come together quickly for a craft fair make. I think this will be my next craft fair video and project because, I mean, they come together so quickly. I already have like a whole book almost done. Like it doesn't need to be super, super thick. I love these 2 pages. Of course, I want these at the front, so I'm going to have to go through those. Oh, that is so pretty. Okay. And what I can do is go through these. I'll just do a quick cut. I had a couple of those. Put those in there. Oh, you know what else I have? Oh, no, I won't use those. Never mind. Haha, sorry. Put that in there. Oh, I definitely want to put that in there. All right, let's work on getting these scraps put in. Some of these are like doubled up. I don't think she's going to want doubled up, but the junk journal friend will. This one's wild. This would go good with the Harry Potter paper, though. Whoop, whoop. Okay, let's see how wide this is. Oh, perfect. Okay, cool. All right, I want to take, whoops. Oh boy. I want to take these 3 out because they are going to be at the front. And that's the front cover. So, oh, I'm going to have a mess over here. Okay, I'm going to move all this over and get to cutting these. So, this one was fine. Oh, it looks good with that color. I think I'll punch it that way. Okay. And I am leaving the branding strips since this is a gift for someone. I am going to go ahead and leave the branding strips on there. That way if she really falls in love with one of the collections, you know, she'll actually know where it's from. I don't know. Seems like the thing to do. Y'all think? I need my tearing ruler. Oh, my arm. Okay, you guys. So about my arm, I kind of started talking about it earlier, but yeah, it's messed up. And I've been living with it, and I did get a little bit of physical therapy for it. And then yesterday I was working in my craft room in the morning, and it was hurting so bad I couldn't craft. And I was like, well, that's the final straw. Like, if it keeps me from doing things I don't really want to do, that's one thing. But if it keeps me from crafting, well, that's the final straw. I can't have that. I can't have my arm hurting me so much that I can't craft. That's absurd. So, I don't know. Evidently, I was doing some more research on it, and women who are perimenopausal or menopausal tend to get frozen shoulder. Y'all heard that before? Ridiculous. I'm telling you, women, how is it that we got such a short stick when it came to that kind of stuff? Why do we have to go through menopause and have menstrual cycles almost our whole life? And, am I right? I know, it has to do with Eve. I try not to get upset with her about it. But geez, that apple was not that good. I know it wasn't. That apple, I've had a lot of apples. My husband makes fruit every night for us. And I have never had an apple that good. Just saying. Just saying. You know, I'm lighthearted and I love to joke. So don't take offense to, please. I don't mean to offend anyone. Don't take offense. I figure in life you can either laugh or cry, and my shoulder makes me want to cry, so I'm going to laugh about Eve and her apple business. Gladys, how are you? Yeah. Okay. Just like I folded the other one over, I'm going to fold this one over and put it with the plaid, because that's the Harry Potter section of this journal. Okay. We've got all those short strips. Let's put some, I love this paper. I think this is my only piece, and I had it out because I wanted... I'm going to give her a strip of it because I did have it out for a reason. And it is my only piece that I ever got. If I had to, I'd just give her the whole thing. It's funny, she was with me when I bought this. She'll understand. Okay. I have have something I want to do with that. Okay, but I am going to give her this. So Gladys, hey Jen, I am making a harvest journal, which is basically dumping the hoard of my paper stash into a journal for a crafty friend so that they can use all these papers to make new things. And I'm calling it a harvest journal. So that's what I'm up to. And I think we're just about there with this one. Here is the top pages that I wanted because they're just so pretty. All right, up here, down here, over there. Something like that. I think what I'll do, you guys, see, that's a full book of pages. I don't know how long we've been on here, but we got one done. I mean, I've got to poke holes in all this stuff, but we've got it done. Because I think what I'm going to do is I have, for some reason, way too much ephemera in my stash. And I have a bunch of ephemera that I'm not necessarily going to use anymore, but is totally her style. So I think what I'm going to do is make an ephemera envelope that goes in here. And then that's going to make this book, I got to make sure I have rings this big. That's going to make the book extra thick. So I picked these up at the Dollar Tree. You guys, they have these rings in all sizes. I'm going to have to use the biggest ones. Yeah, I don't know if there's a better value online or anything, but I have some. So we're going to use the big ones. And I'm going to use my big punch so that I can punch through multiple pages at once. Okay, I have to figure this out. You have a problem with your back? Oh, I'm so glad, Jen. Thanks for stopping in. You know, it's my shoulder. What did they diagnose me with? I can't remember. So I have a problem with my shoulder, and then I have a problem with my hip on the same side of my body. That one I have bursitis and a pinched nerve in that one, in the hip. My shoulder is something else. It's like, I don't know if it's frozen shoulder. I can't remember. It's a pain. That's what it is. Okay, so here we go. I need to figure this part out, you guys. So I got to get my thinking cap on for a second. I've got to figure out, because I have these pretty much lined up exactly where I want them, right? So now I've got to figure out how to effectively punch holes in all of this paper and not lose my spot. I think I'll grab it like a few sheets at a time. I'm going to move this over here. There's not much space on my desk. I really should be cleaning, but I wanted to hang out with y'all. I miss y'all in these lives so much. But for those who've missed it, I've been working an insane amount at work. Like, I've worked 60 hours this week already, and I have to work more this weekend. So I'm behind on comments, but I will get caught up. And yeah, I can't do lives when my brain is wiped out. Oh, this hurts me. This is my bad shoulder I'm punching with. I might have to move. I don't know if I'm doing this right now that I think about it. Shoot. I don't think I am. This is where I really have to think about what my process is going to be here. Okay. Let's see what happens if I try to put these in. That's cool. And that's not cool. Okay. Yeah, I was moving it around too much. Let's just see. I messed it up. I messed up the front sheets. I should have started with the back sheets, and I should have had a plan. Okay. Okay, so that works there. I don't think I got any of the holes right for the middle. I know, but if I trace, then that takes time. I don't want to, like, I don't want it to take too long. Okay, so that did not work, but hold on. But wait, there's more. We can do this here, and then what we'll do is repunch this one through here. Line it up ever so carefully. I don't want to repunch the hole in my book, and that's what it's doing. Okay, there we go. Okay. There just may be a little extra hole there. Okay, that's fine. We're good there. Now, I think what I'm going to do is create a template. My brain is telling me that that's what I need to do. I need a template. All right, let's do it. So what I'm going to do is get a piece of paper. Oh, I know where one is. Thanks to all my 5x7 card making, I've got lots of these strips of paper. Okay, so I'm going to make a template here. I'm going to cut this off. I'm going to make sure it's the height of my book. I'm going to make it a little shorter because my pages, I want to fit inside the book somewhat. All right, and then I'm going to, I don't know if this is going to work. Y'all are getting to see my brain, like the cogs turning and getting stuck, and then like going backwards and then going forwards again. You get to see how I figure this out. Somebody else has already figured this out. Probably 500 people, and they all have a video about it on their channel, but we're in a live. There's no time for that. Okay. So if I have this template, how does that help me? I think how it helps me is I just pop it on my paper like so. I grab some sheets. Make sure they're all down like that. I can move some up a little bit because I'm working within the, I know that this is the top and the bottom of my book, so I have all this space to work with. I'm going to do that. Then I'm going to take it over here. This may work. Let's see. I think I did that at the same, okay, see, I'm still thinking here, guys. So, okay. I really need to do this on the other arm. I like this punch because I can go through so many at the same time that I don't think this will take me too long. If we get bored, if y'all get bored watching, you just let me know. We'll do something else. At least you'll have the concept of how to do it. Okay? All right. Hey, I think the template is going to work. Okay. This will be the true test. Hey, did I tell y'all I joined a new design team? Because why not? Oh my gosh. My daughter was like, no, don't do it. I want to craft with you and do Barbie stuff more. Don't join another design team. But couldn't help myself. It's Twisted Paper Studios and Donna Twist. I've shown y'all the like Twisted Tangles, and I've talked about her a lot on my channel. I love her, and she did a design team call, and I thought about it for 8 hours and put my name in the hat. Okay, I got to catch up with y'all. Trace the holes, saw that. Okay, Natasha. Yeah, Natasha, I think that's a good idea to clip them into one place. Um, that is like so reasonable and makes a lot of sense. Do you think I'm going to do it? I mean, maybe. I might. I don't know. We'll see. Um, it's a crapshoot of like how long I go before I do things that make sense. Oh my gosh, I just wing it, y'all. I'm not like some kind of fancy crafter. I just wing it all. It's a hope and a prayer around here. Okay, so anyways, oh, let's get back on subject here with Twisted Paper. So Twisted Paper Studios. I am on her Merry Monday design team now. And I'm really excited. Like, it's going to be fun. And I can handle it. It's one video a month. I mean, I can do that. Oh, lost a piece. See, Natasha, I should have. I totally should have clipped him. I'll try that. Actually, I think the next pieces will be better somehow. Okay. Y'all tell me, I don't think this shakes my camera because I don't have my camera anchored to my table because I would be shaking y'all all the time if I did. So I don't think this shakes my camera. Let me watch. Not too bad. Okay. This is, okay, if you think that this is the kind of binding you would want to do and you'd make more books and you don't want to sew, this tool is powerful. It really is a wonderful tool. I mean, mine's all like dusty, but it's like something I wouldn't get rid of it because I don't use it all the time. It's a very good tool to have in the stash. I'll be honest with you though, ring binding drives me nuts. But this is good because I don't just use it for ring binding. I use it like to make holes in my journal covers and, like to make holes in like really thick substrates. It's a great tool. Okay. I have some jumbo clips. Let's see, where did I put those? I've been trying to clean my space. It's going pretty well. But then what happens is I lose things. But it's all good. I found them. I had put them where I needed to. So I hardly ever use sequins anymore. And I'm not a big fan of sequins with holes in them. And I have like this kind of like toolbox that you're supposed to use to hold like screws and nails. Mine holds sequins. I've been thinking, I think I need to reorganize that, take all the sequins out, and I'll just have a sequin box. And when I want sequins, I can go to my box because really this drawer sits on my desk and is for things that I grab more often. And I grab something like these jumbo paper clips more often than sequins. But I'm out of space, you see, so I need to clean and reorganize a few things. Our crafty, needs and desires change over time, so it's good to adjust with them. $5 p.m. Are you going to have to go make dinner? I have a growing teenager, so he wants to know what's for dinner at like 9 a.m. And I'm usually like, I have no idea. The wing and the prayer part, yeah, that's how I live my life. Winging it. Huge paper clip stubbies. So handy. I love them. I don't know what happened there. I need to clip this to this, don't I, Natasha? But then I was afraid it might interrupt with, of course, I only grabbed 2 of those. Let's see. I was afraid it might interrupt with a punch, but it might not. Let me line that up. I'm determined to finish this, by the way. I don't want to not finish it right now and be like, oh, I'll do that later, because I don't have a lot of free time later. You guys, I didn't even tell y'all yet. My mom got a new puppy last weekend. So she was like, oh, I want to take y'all. She was an election judge in a town that was 15 miles from her house or something. And she's like, oh, they have this like what was it? Family Dollar and Dollar Tree together combined in one store. I want to take Sparkle Heart there. And I was like, okay. So we drove out to her house on a Saturday morning to go with her to this place. And as soon as we get out of the car, Sparkle Heart spots puppies, free to a good home. And my mom had been wanting a new puppy because her dog passed away a couple of months ago. And she had been wanting one, but she had been putting it off. She's like, I'm going to get one when the election is done. And wouldn't you know it, we go back to the city where she was the election judge and go back to the store that she had wanted to stop in. But woo, those election judges work long hours. Anyways, and there was her free puppy. It was so meant to be. And it's so cute, you guys. So she had told Carmen that she could name her puppy when she did get one. This was like 2 months ago. And so, you know, Sparkle Heart's been so excited about it. And she sat down and she wrote out a list of names. And her first number 1 name was Buttercup. And so, you know, I'm cooking dinner or whatever, and she brings over her list of names. And I'm like, oh, that's so cute. And she drew a picture of like our dog. And she just made it super cute, like this list of names. And so I was like, I am going to take a picture of that and send that to Grandma. But I didn't get a chance because I was being domestic. And so the next day, my mom texts me and she's like, hey, I know I told Carmen that she could name my dog, but I'm really wanting to name my dog Buttercup. And I was like, are you kidding me right now? Like, no way. I was like, Mom, I meant to send you this picture last night, but I got so busy I didn't get to. And so I sent her the picture of the dog names. And of course, Buttercup was number 1 at the top. And she's like, oh, it's meant to be. And so when we rolled up on these dogs, the first dog she was drawn to, my mom, was a quintessential Buttercup. Okay, she has like, I'll share a picture and like an edited video with y'all again later, but she looks like a Buttercup. Okay, like it's just perfect, right? But then my mom was kind of like, well, maybe I want one of the black ones, I don't know. She was like, you know, Sparkle Heart, I told you you could pick my dog and you can name my dog. She's like, I'm gonna go sit in the car and you pick the one. Well, she picked the one, and it kind of picked us, that my mom had originally liked, which is such a Buttercup. So yes, her name is Princess Buttercup Blossom. She's 8 weeks old. She had fleas, so that was an adventure. So I get her in my car. We start driving back, going to a Walmart so I can get her a dog cage and all the things she needs, and get her back home. Well, and we're driving, right? It's 15 miles. So in the 15-mile drive, Sparkleheart's like, Mom, um, I think there's bugs on Buttercup. And I'm like, oh, no. Bubonic plague, no. Say it ain't so. I'm like, so I was like, are they moving? And she's like, yeah, they're just kind of like crawling and jumping and moving. And I was like, oh, Buttercup. Yes, she had fleas. So I had to get her some flea stuff, and she's since been to the vet and had all of her shots and gotten like proper flea stuff, but we gave her a flea bath. Oh my gosh. So getting Buttercup established in the house took a little longer than we were thinking last week, but she's totally worth it. She's real sweet. Okay, the first 2 days that Buttercup was with my mom, she was like an angel, okay? And now she's that rambunctious puppy that we all know that wants to chew on you with her razor sharp teeth and do crazy things. And my mom's like, are you sure we got a good egg? I mean, I think we did. And she's so sweet. I'm like, yes, I'm sure we got a good egg. She's just being a puppy. But, you know, my parents, I mean, my dad's passed, but they hadn't had a puppy since I was 5. Okay, I'm 45. 40 years ago, they bought a puppy. That was, well, they didn't buy it. That's a different story. But that was the last time they had a puppy. So they usually go to what they usually do is go to the shelter and say, who is going to be euthanized first? We'll take that one. Oh, there's 2. We'll take them both. That's how my parents always brought home a dog. So anyways, we have a new family member and she is precious. What are the things I love about Buttercup? There's a lot of things like I love about Buttercup already. We're all in love with her. But is that when she walks, her tail just wags. I mean, she is just so happy to be alive, you guys, that it's inspirational. Like, she's just happy that there's blades of grass that she can sniff and chew on. And she tried to chew on a rock. I had to take a rock out of her mouth. I mean, but she's just happy to exist. And I just think that's so beautiful. It's so inspirational, little Buttercup, just with her long tail just wagging. She's a mutt, which is my parents' favorite kind of dogs have always been mutts and shelter dogs. And she needed a home, y'all. She lived outside. She had fleas, and when my mom took her to the vet, they were like, oh, they found this gash that they said they thought another dog had not bitten her, but, you know, that they had gotten in a scuff or something. And I know she needed a home. She was ready to come with us that day. Other dogs weren't. It was funny. I tried to pick up one of the puppies that my mom had liked just to check it out, and it didn't even want me to pick it up. It was like putting all of its body weight down. I was like, you're not destined to be ours. I'll just leave you here. So, yeah, we have a new family member. Did y'all hear that I lost all of our family stockings? It was in one of my long videos this week, so you might have missed it. But I had held out family stockings because I wanted to personalize. Okay, first of all, we put up 11 every year. And I had held them out because I wanted to personalize them over the course of a year, adding patches and fun things that remind me of each person. I don't have 9 children, if that's what you're wondering. I only have 2, but we live in kind of a compound thing. I mean, we live in a neighborhood, but we bought houses. We had houses built next to my brother and sister-in-law and my mother and father-in-law. So there's 3 houses in a row. And then my mom loved it so much, because this is how I was raised, that she came down and bought a house. She lives in another town over. But basically, we have 11 stockings that we hang up every year, and I wanted to personalize them, make them all special, and I have lost them. None of them ever got personalized. Oh, I'm in so much trouble with Sparkle Heart. It's not even funny. I had to break the news to her. And let me just tell you, that did not go over well. But I think last night when I couldn't sleep, I thought about another place they could be. So that's cool. She's like, if they are in your craft room, we will never see them again. She's not lying, but it's not that bad. It looks that bad to people who don't understand the chaotic organization, but it's not that bad. Look, guys, we did it. We made a journal. I got to tell you about Buttercup. I could use your prayers with finding our stockings because we want to decorate. I was like, before I realized I lost our stockings, I was like, hey guys, because I have this class coming up on December 2nd, I want to decorate for Christmas early this year because I don't want to be trying to do too much that week of Thanksgiving. That was before I realized I had lost the stockings. So uncool. Okay, I'm gonna put these on here like so. Oh, there we go. That goes together like a Dollar Tree thing. I don't know if that's how good that is. Let's see. I mean, I don't need to talk smack. I love the Dollar Tree, but sometimes you get what you pay for. The other two line up really well. This one, I'm afraid that's going to catch. Let me replace that one with a different one. Are these the same size? This is the same size. Oh, next time I go, I'm going to have to pick up more of those. I only have one left of that size. Okay. But we did it. Good morning, Jim. How are you? It's so good to see you here. It's good to see you anywhere, whenever I see you. Okay, you guys, we're about to do a flip through. Whoop, whoop. I'm not going to torture you with any more of this. Hopefully it has been good. I mean, I know I was just punching a lot of holes there for a little while. But we have a harvest journal. Yay! And the crowd goes wild. Let's take a look at her. She's not done. I am going to put an envelope full of ephemera at the beginning of it. That template really worked out. Look, most of the pages are like really fitting in there pretty well. I never planned on it being like perfect, right? So it is perfect because it's not perfect. And that makes me happy. I got rid of a bunch of paper in a way that can bless a crafty friend. So let's take a look. I don't know what I'm going to do with a cover. I might not do anything with a cover and let her do something with a cover. Maybe she'll get inspired and make a junk journal, her first junk journal, right? So here we are. That was before I had a template and was winging it too hard. But Jim, I know you're just joining. This is what I'm calling a harvest journal. And basically I went through my scraps, which is what this stuff is. And then a bunch of my 6x6 paper pads. And I'm giving this to a crafty friend so that she can take it and make things with it. She's a card maker. So I can always add to it if I want to add more. This is why I'm not the biggest ring bound fan, because just turning the pages is so complicated. But I do like this. I think the concept is nice. So if she's like, I want this piece, she can easily take out these two, take the piece out and use it. So I think the ring bound is the way to go for this kind of journal. So yeah, I'm liking this. I kept the collections close to one another. So like all the vintage or whatever you call this, paper is next to each other. It had a name. I don't remember what it was called. It looks vintage. We'll just call it that. Oh, look, I put 2 pieces. That's fine. It doesn't matter. That's why I love junk journals, because there's just no stress. You just carry on, you know? The 4th of July papers. Yeah, I love this. I can go back and add more. You know what else is cool about this concept, you guys? If you don't want to make a harvest journal, that's fine. But what you could do is, like, when you have your favorite papers, and maybe you just have, like, let's say that the paper pad had 2 of every design or 4 of every design, and you save one, you can make a journal just of your favorite papers. Wouldn't that be fun? And then they can just be there to inspire you, and one day when you get brave enough and you've outgrown them or something, you could cut them up. They'd still be usable. And it would just be a collection of all your favorite papers. I think I'll have to do that. I think I'll have to do that myself. Part of the reason why, honestly, turning these pages is so hard is because this ring and this hole are nearly the same size. If the ring was thinner and not so thick, you know, the metal, then it would turn easier. It's not a big deal. It's not like it's hard to do, but it's a little finicky to me. I'm just particular, I think. Oh, but I think she is gonna love this. You guys, give it a try. If you have too much paper, this is a great gift to give somebody. I'm gonna have to make one of these for my mom. And now I'm gonna be like stuck making these, which would be a great way to blow through all those 6x6 paper pads that I have. I mean, I've been saving them, saving is, I don't know. I've been collecting them forever, and I always think, okay, I don't want to get rid of too many because I make a lot of cards for donation, and they're perfect for that. But this is so fun. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I hope you give it a try. So definitely, you can go back and see how I did this because I figured it out as I went. I didn't have like a prototype, or I didn't really know how I was going to do it. But making the template was a huge win for me. I just made sure it was slightly, you know, inside of the cover. Let me turn it this way so you can see it all. So I did make this template for myself. I made sure, obviously, that the holes were lined up with these holes here, and I'm sorry, some of y'all have been with me since the beginning of the slide, but not everyone. So we're recapping, okay? This is a recap. All right. So I took my handy dandy ruler. I measured 1.5 inches from the bottom and 1.5 inches from the top. And then I love this ruler because it's a centering ruler. So you see that 0 right there? Here. Okay, you see that 0 right there? Maybe y'all already know how to use a centering ruler, but maybe you don't. This is the Tim Holtz ideology. Tim Holtz always knows what we need, right? But basically, what you can do is I took this to my 2 holes here, right? And I don't really care what these numbers are. Those are kind of don't really mean much to me in this process. I just need to find where the 0 is, and that's how I found my center. Of course, you could use math between these 2 distances, but I usually take shortcuts. I also noticed that it was about 3 inches. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, right? So, and it all depends on your book cover. So, but that's how I found my holes and marked them and made this little book. So yay. Sala, enjoy dinner. Yummy. I had a honey bun for dinner last night. My family laughed at me. Everyone else ate a reasonable meal. I ate a honey bun. How ridiculous. Oh well, that's the pleasure and the joy that I can get out of being an adult, is that if I want a honey bun for dinner, then I can have one. I was walking with my husband in Spain for the running of the bulls in Pamplona. This is when I realized this, you guys. Cordelia, you just snuck in here. How you doing? So this is when I realized this, you guys. We were at the running of the bulls in Pamplona. It was 10 o'clock in the morning and everyone was already intoxicated. And but I see this girl, and like Pamplona gets flooded with like a million people for this event every year. And I see this girl coming towards us, so walking towards us on the sidewalk, and she has an ice cream cone that is like as long as her torso. I mean, how many scoops was that? I don't even know. It was like a dream. I was like, it is 10 o'clock in the morning, and this girl has got 15 scoops of ice cream for breakfast. I am so blessed that she did that, because that was the first time I realized if I want to eat 15 scoops of ice cream for breakfast, I can. I'm an adult. And that was the first time I realized that. So she was a blessing in my life. And now, if I want a honey bun for dinner, I already know I have the permission. It'll be just fine. I mean, you know, everything in moderation and balance. I can't have a honey bun every night, but yeah, you know, that is one of the pleasures of being an adult. What's a honey bun? It's basically like a cinnamon roll. Yeah, it's a cinnamon roll. I love cinnamon. I love cinnamon rolls. And I will say I've been getting better because I've been choosing, like, I do this thing, I do plain yogurt, and then I put a little bit of honey in it and cinnamon, and then I put walnuts and chocolate chips. So I know some of you might be like, honey, chocolate chips, that ain't healthy, but that's as healthy as I get with my yogurt. But the thing is that yogurt is replacing cinnamon rolls. So it is healthy. It's got protein. I get the non-fat, non-sugar version. So, you know, I'm making better choices. And that's so good. I know, Natasha, they are not healthy. Oh yeah, that is just a sugar glaze. Yeah, those weren't my treats. So here's the thing, I did get in trouble because those belong to Sparkle Heart, and they and my husband asked what, because I made his dinner. I made everybody's dinner. He's like, I didn't see you eat. What did you eat for dinner? I was like, a honey bun. And he's like, okay, because we always eat dinner at the table every night together as a family. And we didn't last night. And so it was all thrown off. And Sparkleheart was like, where'd you get a honey bun? Those are my honey buns. ah. Anyways, so I did end up getting in trouble for that. Bye, Rhonda. I'm heading out too, you guys. It's been so fun hanging out with y'all. Did I miss anything I need to answer? If y'all had any questions, um, I will totally answer them for you. This would be, Jen said that this would be an awesome for scrap organizing. Yes, this would be wonderful for that. And I think because you already put holes in it, you won't be stressed out about using your stash. You know what I mean? Like, you won't be stressed out to rip one of these pages out and actually put it to use. It's already got holes in it. It's already just a little thing, you know, like just tear it up, use it, cut it up, make something, have fun, love your paper. So yeah, I think it would be great for that. I'm so glad you had fun, Rhonda. I love you guys so much. I hope y'all have a really good weekend. I can't really tell you what's coming up on my channel next week because I haven't made it yet, but it'll be fun. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.